Becker, Principal Trombonist of the Tucson Symphony Orchestra.
I'm David Cohen, Principal Trumpet of the Tucson Symphony.
And we're here today to talk to you about the upcoming Classic 3 concert, the Dvorak Symphony No. 8 and the Hummel Trumpet Concerto. We'll start with the Trumpet Concerto. You're obviously going to be performing that. Have you performed it before?
Yeah, the last time I performed it was in 2010 in Chicago.
Oh, in Chicago?
Yeah.
This will be Chicago Symphony? Or?
Not with Chicago Symphony, with piano, so this will be my first time.
Oh, so first time in the orchestra.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you want to say anything about the piece?
It's a great piece. It's a real standard for trumpet. It was written in 1803, Johann Nepomuk Hummel. It was written for his entrance to the Esterházy court, and it was written in 1803, and it was performed on New Year's Day in 1804. It was one of the first pieces written for the keyed trumpet, which basically means that the trumpet can now play all the notes in the chromatic scale, whereas before it could only kind of play a scale. So it's an exciting piece in that sense.
Mm-hmm. So it's kind of classical.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So as far as playing it with the orchestra, what are you looking forward to? I mean, it's going to be different than playing with the piano, obviously.
Exactly, yeah.
Do you have to do anything differently when you're performing with the orchestra?
Not really, but it's a completely different color and texture going on in the background, which I find kind of more inspiring. It lets me play with more color in my playing because I have all these beautiful sounds going on behind me rather than just the same, piano reduction.
Right.
So
it's very melodic.
Yeah.
Piece, isn't it? Yeah. So that's great. But I'm going to say something about David because he's not going to blow his own horn. So I will for him. This guy is a great trumpet player. He's one of the best musicians I've played with in my career. And we're very lucky to have him with the Tucson Symphony. So it's going to be really exciting to hear him play this solo with the orchestra next week. We're also playing Dvorak Symphony No. 8, which is probably my favorite Dvorak symphony. I love Dvorak anyway, but the thing I like about this piece, it's like reading a great book. It's like a great story. It captures you right from the beginning. I love the opening of it, that dark cello melodic phrase that opens with the low brass in the background, and it just keeps unfolding so naturally. The whole symphony. I would say that there's not one single moment in that symphony that I don't like. Every single note is great. It's so melodic, has a very lyric quality, and it's just very lush too. So I'm really looking forward to performing that.
I think that's a really good way to describe it. It's like a good book. It has a lot of depth, but you're always kind of on the edge of your seat.
Right.
There's
yeah.
never a moment where you're not excited about what's coming next.
Right, and it all makes sense. It's just so well constructed too, and I think especially the thing that really gets me about this piece is the slow movement, the adagio. It's really unusual. It's like colors opening up all the time. I mean, there are melodies, but the way it starts is just like it reminds me of like a flower opening up, and the whole movement develops that way. And if you like horns, this is the piece to listen to because it's got some really exciting horn parts in it too. And speaking of trumpets, it has a really nice trumpet fanfare.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to playing it, and hopefully everyone will enjoy it too. So come out and hear the Tucson Symphony Orchestra Classic 3 with Mayan Chen and Dvorak 8 and the Hummel Trumpet Concerto with Principal Trumpet David Cohen.